All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Uh, andito na ba lahat? Or like, andyan ba kayo, guys? Yeah, medyo konti tayo ngayon. Medyo late kasi galing pa ako sa labas. May nilakad. Konti. So, let's see. Um, can you guys hear me, by the way? Just making sure. Let's see. Sagutin natin dito sa day trading. All right. Hey, Beatrix. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And to everybody. Let's see. Let me just approve applications and group natin. Oh, I just TP'd. Okay. Close 1.129.2. Let me share that. Ayun. Saan ba yun? I just shared sa day trading. Ayun, naka-close tayo. Alright. Okay, so yeah, again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So yeah, episode two, day trading episode two for eToro or Team eToro Pilipinas, day traders or classmates, as what we call it. All right, so well today, if you guys were in the Discord channel, right, sa classroom natin, sa eToro Team Pilipinas, we actually started trading, day trading earlier, right? And we started like 9 or actually as early as 10. Well, at least publicly inviting people to join us, right? But if you scroll up sa day trading channel natin, I usually start trading like around 10 p.m. Our Philippine time, right? Um, the reason why is that I'd like to share that thought is that or idea. I guess it could be a fundamental information, right? Um, check the stocks or any market that you like, yeah, or you've been following so far, and see what happens after, like an hour after the market opens, right? Um, Usually that's the time, like an hour, 30 minutes. It's usually around that time nagno-normalize yung uh, volume, right? And that's also when is the time that you would usually see um, the a clear picture of the trend and the pattern. Let me show you one example. Let me go to here dito sa one um, one symbol layout ko, and let's for example I'm gonna look for a stock here. I have grouped, so let's say commodities, right here. So let's for example Facebook, right? They're all green right now or trying to recover, right? um, this is one day. Let me switch it to an hour. So every line there is an hour, right? So I mean section, basically an area here. So this is an hour, this is an hour, this is an hour, right? So let me zoom, right? So you would see 10 p.m. our time. This is, by the way, set here. If you could see down below, it's set to UTC +8, right? This is basically Philippine time. So if I scroll back, let's see, this is, wait, let me zoom in. That's an hour. Let me go to 30 minutes. And so now it's like 2, right? or 1:30, sorry, 1:30, about to be 2. Um, so if we go back, I mean, walang data niyan dyan kasi nag-close na yung market by 4, right? Um, so let's move back. Ito, right? So basically, when the market opens, right? This is 9:30 basically, right? So um, what happens is that usually, pag merong like grabbing volume or whatever, like news, something like that, di ba, bumubulusok yung trend, right? And then yung basically everything goes up and down, whatever direction it goes. But after like an hour and 30 minutes, usually it happens there, and it usually normalizes there, right? So a tip, right, from me would be to try to look for that normalization time, kung maga, uh, um, where you could find the trend and the pattern to execute your strategy perfectly, or at least based on your um, plan, your initial plan, right? So just wanted to share that kasi may nagtanong kanina. All right. So I think the way we're gonna do this moving forward is that we'll start the stream with answering the FAQs, or frequently asked questions, for the past few days, para ma-share ko naman sa inyo, and then everybody would be aware and educated at the same time. And you could also share if if you think I'm wrong, or if you have something better to share. So that's one. Ano pa yung common questions lately? Right, okay. So there's another one about leverages, right? So this is my real platform, right? By the way, this is the public platform. I mean, sorry, public profile sa eToro. Basically, this is it, and you could copy my trades here, right? However, this is not the one that I've been sharing constantly since 10 p.m. earlier, um, because you can't copy trade high risk traders, right? Like 7 and up. So if you notice, my profile here is at 6, actually 6 now. So I'm trying to maintain that and push that below, like at least 5, between 5 to 6, right? 4 to 6 basically. So yung question was, um, what's the ideal leverage, right? And SL and TP, kumbaga, right? So, uh, and I've been answering that, I think, I don't know, multiple times na for the past 3 days or 2 days. And what I could say is that it totally depends, right? There's like a lot of factors actually, but there's like top 3 or 4 factors that I could think of. Number one, in no order, right? So number one is that it depends on your budget, right, or your buying power, kumbaga, is what I call it. Let's say, for example, if I buy right now a position here, let's see, if I click that, it will pop up this window, right? And then the system will auto suggest um, what's the amount, right? Or like I said, buying power, right? Or BP mo, right? By power amount. It will suggest that amount there, right? So, um, and then after that, you would set your leverage, right? You set your leverage and your stop loss, and then you take profit. So the question was, first is, what is the ideal leverage, or what's the appropriate leverage? I think that was the term, or proper leverage, yung mga ganon, like perfect leverage, right? There's no such thing, right? Like I said, it depends, right? Number one is your buying power, because the higher your buying power is, the more chances na hindi kayo may hit automatically with the stop loss, depending on that the stock or the market that you were trading on. For example, if you're gonna trade gold, right? Like right now, gold. This is my plot, my TA earlier, and I've been sharing to the group kanina when we were like trading gold in and out, right? So if you could see here, I've been buying, selling, right? And so far, it's been good, right? Um, but if you're gonna be trading gold, you'll be forced to, tawag ito, you'll be forced to put in a higher amount here, right? Let me change here to gold, right? This is the pair, the currency pair, pound Japanese yen. This is gold, right? So let's go back, right? So here it's suggested like 100, right? Because that's like 10% of my portfolio right now. Um, and then it will auto suggest a default leverage, right? And like I said earlier, the higher your buying amount, the better, right? Because yun nga, if you're trading on a very volatile market and then tapos may biglang may fundamental na breaking news pumasok, may be negative or positive. It could be a split second, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, and you could lose everything, right? This stop loss could be hit right away the moment you click open trade, right? So to put that into perspective and compare it with gold, if you click to buy gold, you would see here is that um, yung cut loss niya, I mean sorry, yung stop loss niya, medyo malayo, right? Malayo. However, gold has been very volatile lately, right? Tingnan yung graph, right? This is 5 minute by the way. So, let's say for example, if nag-buy tayo dito, right? If nagpumasok tayo dito, uy, sabi nila, oh, um, going up daw, right? Trending up. Uy, bili tayo, right? Bili tayo. Pumasok lahat, right? Ayun, pumasok si Juan and then bumili siya dito, right? Nag-buy siya at 41481, right? So basically the same buy price right now. Buy eToro by the way. So, yun, bumili siya, right? Diretso-diretso. So, ayun, kasi na FOMO, tapos majority of the friends are like trading, tapos sabi, oh, yung ideal leverage daw is 100 times 100 for gold. So binago naman yung leverage, right? Tapos binago yung leverage, tapos tiningnan yung stop loss, di ba? Um, so it depends on how much yung amount, um, lalaki yung stop loss, so, right? So yung range kumbaga. So if I change that to 1,000, see, magbabago yung numero, like, wait, yeah, I don't have spare, or wait, 300 lang ata yung balance ko ngayon. Alright, so yun, see, mag-spread out siya, di ba? Kasi yung position amount na willing mong i-give up, basically, that's your stop loss, is by default is 50%, right? So, logically, madali naman intindihan, di ba? Pag mataas yung buy power mo or yung amount na gagamitin mo to buy or set a position, tataas din yung range ng stop loss. Same goes with your profit, right? It also goes up, right? And that's how I play my day trading, right? Or scalping is what the others call it. Um, so yeah, so going back to the question about what's the best leverage, one, again, it depends on your buying power. Two, it depends on the market or instrument or future or whatever, right? That you're trading on. And three is basically it also depends on your strategy, right? I guess top three that I could think of right now. The most important three that I could think of is that the third one would be probably yes, based on your strategy. Like we've been, reminding everybody na um, please don't just jump right away and trade and execute when there's people trading, buying or selling, whatever, sharing on multimedia or in eToro, and then sundan nyo lang. No, we don't do that. We don't recommend that, right? And it's a big no-no, right? A very bad practice. So you should practice technical analysis. Kaya nga, you know, when we were like live trading kanina in chat sa day trading, yeah, like actively, before I even share my, uh, you know, idea or position or my speculation, kumbaga, is I support it with TA, right? And that's what I like about day trading is because we're not that affected about by the fundamentals, yung mga breaking news. If and only if now we are already in the what we call as I guess the normal scenario, kumbaga, right? Because we're only trading like, I mean, at least for me, I'm trading from one, right? 1 minute. This is 1 minute to 5 and 15. I only play around that time frame, right? So and then pabalik-balik, kumbaga, right? And that's why you're seeing here four charts. Is the first one is 1 second, by the way. So that updates every second, kaya medyo manipis siya, right? And because I wanted to see as early as in the seconds if ano yung trend niya. Makikita mo kasi, right? See? It's an uptrend right now. At least right now, right? At least at this time frame. So right now, if you look at this graph right now, it's going up, right, on the 1 to 15 minutes time frame. So just to show you guys, and this is another question also, how do I read my technical analysis, right? How I choose my entries and my exits is like this, right? First, of course, I confirm the trend if it's up or down, and after that, I confirm the pattern, right? If it continues in the 1 to 5 or 1 to 15 minute time frame that I'm trading in, right? So like right now, if you look at the trend, dito sa 1 minute, it's going up, right? It's going up. See? Let me use a trend line here. Okay, I don't want to use red because that's for shorting, right? Let's use green. Oops. Ayan. Right, so I would say based on the trend, see, yung maganda dito sa trading view is that there's a feature here that when I draw something in this chart, it also reflects on the other charts below, right? So I know the trend in the next 5 minutes, in the next 15 minutes, right, in the next 10 minutes also. So if I do this, if I plot here in a 1 minute trend, let's just say it should go to like at least 129.2. Right now the price is at magkano ba yung 129.2, right? So if I buy right now, I should say at least I will close at 129.32, right? So if I put that trend there and I decide to buy right now, right? Because I could see the trend, it's actually going up, right? Now I confirm if it's the pattern, if it continues to the next time frame. So I look at here, I consult with my stochastic trend, right? And it's actually over the 80 boundary, right, or the upper band, kumbaga. So there's a big chance that it's gonna drop, at least on the 5 minute time frame, right, from 1 to 5 minute time frame, it's gonna drop. But on the 15 minute time frame, we're gonna look at the stochastic too. There's also a big chance that it's going to drop or still stay for a few minutes up there, and that could reach my target here, which is 1.129.3, right? So to make it simpler again, is that first I check the trend. If I'm confident with the trend, I then confirm the pattern by reading in a different, three time frames for 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes. So basically, this is like time frame continuity trend reading, kumbaga, right? Or pattern reading. So based on this one, usually I would only trade if there's a continuous pattern, kumbaga, right? And in the 1 minute, it's actually right now going down, right? So you can see the stochastic here, at least in the 1 minute time frame, and on the 5 minutes also, it's about to go down, right? And same thing with 15 minutes. But then I'm a long bias trader. for most of the time, and I also prefer buying instead of selling or shorting because um, historically, based on my experience, medyo malas ako dun sa selling, right? And it's much safer when we're actually buying most of the time. So what I would do here is actually I'll just hold it, right? And wait patiently for that next trend that is actually going up. Because here, as you can see, my TP here, right? So I bought earlier, kanina, at 129, 10, 11, and 12, right? And I also have another earlier position at 129.54. And my TP there is 129.7, right? So, kanina ko lang to pinasok, like around 10, right, a.m. ng umaga. So as you can see here, I set the TP, and I was predicting that it should hit at least at the end of before the end of the day at 129.40, which it did, right? Because we actually already closed a few of those positions earlier, right? As you can see, we closed earlier at sabi yun? Yeah, 1.2954, 0.5, 0.75, see? Nag-hit na siya. Bumaba, tumaas ulit, bumaba, tumaas ulit. So, yun yung plan, right? Because we're just playing at the 1 to 15 minutes time frame. So I'm just waiting for that trend to show up and confirm the pattern, and then probably I'll buy another or I'll open another position, but I don't think so because I'm trying to control my risk kasi medyo namumula tayo dito. Yeah, I know people are asking bakit namumula yung July, right? Well, yes, a lot of people actually have red months or red days or weeks even sa July is because if you've been trading with us in the group or even not with us, if you've been watching the market, there's been a lot of Trump news, right? Or Trump indicators, that's what they call it right now. Yung biglang nag-tweet si Trump and then anything that he says, the market just reacts, right? And then when we just recently tweeted about yung tariff uh, to China again, and that was like I don't know last 2 weeks ago, right? So if I look at my history right now, this is our recent trades, right? They're all green. But my stocks position last month were these guys, right? So I thought to mitigate the damage, there's a potential, possibility na humaba pa yung issue, right? And then, may mga Trump indicators pa na susunod. So I decided to cut my losses. So I closed my long positions in all of my stocks, especially the ones that's connected to retail and that's been under investigation right now. So I closed my FB positions, my Han, my Netflix, and especially my Amazon, my long time one, right? I bought that like way back to July 16. And this is retail, so if you check Amazon right now, it's probably recovering somewhat, maybe. Why is it not here? Amazon. Ayan. Yeah, it's actually recovering, right? So 1.78. However, if I look back, something. If I look back my Amazon position, it was at 180.46. So if I didn't close that, I would have, still be at negative 60 or 70% even. And that means that would hit my stop loss anyway, right? So I thought, yeah, might as well just cut their losses. So anyway, we move forward. So the goal right now in August, yeah, kasi huli yung pag-close ko sa Netflix, right? Like earlier, like I showed you guys, yeah, nasa August 5 na yan, right? So that was the negative. And it should update today, I think. I'm not 100% sure what time exactly it updates. I remember reading it somewhere. but it should be around this time, right? So this should reduce to, I don't know, point 0 something based on my calculations. So we'll see. But the goal here for this month is to completely recover the negative 18 to 20 something percent, right? At least 20% more to even it out, and then continue gaining positive gains for the next following months. Yeah, be positive, right? So yeah, so going back, so that's how I plot my entry and exit, right? So I set my TP. I usually set my TP at least, like I've been sharing to the group, 1 to 5% depends on the volume and the time and the pattern and trend, etc. Right? I look at those, um, and then the SL is usually 50%. Um, but that's just me, right? And for this pair, sometimes I actually just manually cut it if there is, especially if there's an FA or a fundamental news related to the stock or the pair that I have positions in. I will just cut my losses, right? And that's the hardest part, right? To cut your losses. So, and I've been still, I'm still training with that, and everybody is still training with that kasi hindi siya madali, right? It's directly connected to your emotion. Sorry. So there are questions sa chat. Ganti Porta, in your FX trading, sir, what time frame do you most rely on short trading? Oh, yeah, I think I already answered that. But just to reiterate, um, I don't normally short trade, right? I'm a what they call it as a long bias trader. So I mainly focus on buy trends. Um, because that's where the good things happen most of the time based on experience. Yeah. So next question. Thanks for this to more how to trade, how to set up, etc. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Joseph. Thank you for watching also. Next one. What are you buying and selling? James, we're buying and selling right now the British pound, Japanese yen pair, and also gold. I actually just closed earlier some of my positions in my risk account, and I just shared the screenshot or a snapshot in the day trading channel. You guys could check that out. I'm still waiting for like 4 positions there. Yeah, I I believe they should be closing soon, very soon. Yeah, yes, very soon. Yeah, it's really going down. See, nag confirm na siya dito. So if that's going down, this is going down. Well, in a minute it's just sporadic, right? Up and down, and in 15 minutes it's still going up a bit, but there's a big chance that it's gonna drop there. Yeah. Okay. So I notice, Beatrix. I notice you don't draw support and resistance. Yeah, I I don't. Is the reason why is that because there's too much already tawag nito, yung indicators on my screen, and as much as possible I'd like to keep it simple. I know how to read it in a way, so there's no point on growing it on my screen, especially when I'm sharing it to newbies, right? So all I want to see, I'm training myself actually. I've been training myself to read it, to read trends and patterns, because I firmly believe that's where you could really excel in earning in day trading, right? Especially with my strategy that is so far been working very well um, in my situation, in my preference, right? Is that um, the resistance and the support doesn't really matter that much when you can see the trend and pattern clearly, right? So like here, I would say dito sa 1 minute time frame dito, it's obviously here based on the trend here. This is like the support line, right? And then it breaks going down pa, down pa siya, right? If you zoom out, it's really going down, right? But then sometimes it also goes up, right? Nag-recover lang siya. That's what I love about short time frames or day trading or scalping is that we're not affected much about, you know, again, fundamental analysis or news or whatever, because we were just plainly trading in a very small time frame, right? Although there's a big risk because we're trading under, or using leverage, diba? That's the just the big thing. However, if you master it, you know, then that's when you start earning. Do you consider candlestick pattern as combination of stock trend and max MACD? Yeah, why not? The one I'm using right now is basically the bars, right? But it's pretty much the same thing with the candlestick. Candlestick, if you change this, the reason just I switched to candles from candlestick to bars is because the drawing, right? The candlestick is are thick, right? If I zoom in, if you look at that, and also for me it's easier to read, right? So here what happened is that in the bar on this time here at 13:59, um, the price changed here, right? It went here, and then it went up a little bit at 129, it went down, and then went to the next time frame, right? And that for me that's easier to read, right? If I change that to candlestick, which is my default by the way, and set to oops set to as my favorite, right? See, that's the candlestick. So if I zoom it out like that, it looks to me it's harder to read, right? And it's thicker, but it's just the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing, at least for me. Do you have the same strategy in position trading and day trading? Mark Lila Zazo. Yes, basically. The way I see it, Mark, is that in position trading, you're just playing at, I don't know, it could be a day, it could be 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, right? Technically, investing or long term investing are also position trading, right? Um, Although mayroon din tinatawag tayong invest and forget, right? So bali like 5 to 10 years, kumbaga like 5 to 10 years na na investment. So that's that. But for me, the way I see it, because I like to play at mid to long term, right? And for me, mid is basically like a week, and then long term could be 2 or 3 months. That's my definition of it. That's why trading has a lot of ins and outs and perspective wise understanding approach. Ang daming mga versions, right? Ang daming libro, ang daming videos, ang daming guides. But at the end of the day, it totally depends on your personality, actually, your preference, your situation. If you're working on night shift, if you're working on a day shift, mga ganon, right? Those are big factors kasi naapektuhan yung decision making mo, yung execution, right? Your internet connection, that's one big thing also, right? If you don't have a laptop, right, or a PC, if you don't have those, I'm not saying you can't use your phone. However, it's totally different when you're doing it on a computer. Actually, it's much more faster. Bigger screen, less mistakes also, right? So that's one of those. Those are the factors that I'm concerned of also. So to answer that again, for me, yes, I'm basically using it. What happens is basically, for me is that, like here, I'm just looking at this is day trading, right? I'm just looking at 1 to 15 minutes. However, um, for stocks, for example, like Amazon here, if I position trade here, what I basically do is just I switch to uh, 2 time frames, right? Uh, let's see. So day one, right? Day one. I mean, sorry, day time frame, and then the next one I would use 1 week, right? If I want to kind of predict or watch the trend next week, right? Of course, this is the daily trend, right? It goes up and up. It looks like, you know, there's a resistance. It's about to break out, right? At least for me, the you know, and this is just purely, technical analysis, right? This is purely based on the trend. However, there are factors outside of this, right? Yun yung, like I said earlier, yung Trump indicator, yung fundamental analysis, the trade war, mga ganun, right? And this could affect Amazon, especially Amazon, because Amazon is a big retail company, right? So although they're not purely, tawag nito, focus on that kasi meron din silang Twitch. Twitch is actually owned by Amazon. Meron din silang mga iba-ibang service, right? But the big chunk of it, their services are based on, yung Amazon.com website nila, yung deliveries, which is, heavily dependent on, discounted products, di ba? Kasi that's how they margin their products. So if the war with China continues, you know, and continues badly, then it will definitely show here in the next few days, di ba? So that's the, the, I guess the challenging part is that you can't purely like speculate and predict, um, purely based on TA, right? Because like I said, mayroong iba-ibang factors. But however, given na walang mga, Trump indicator or sudden movement to China and whatnot, everything goes, smooth with the recovery of the US market, then I would say, based on this graph right now, let me scroll up. I mean, zoom out, sorry. Zoom out so I could see an overview. Yeah, if you look at the 1 week, see, if you go look at the 1 week, I'd say, let me draw here, right? I'd say this is the resistance, right? And it could break away here as much as go back to the 2000 price range next week. So if you can see, I plotted the trend line here, then nakita din siya dun sa 1 day, right? And they actually confirmed, right? Based purely on TA, guys, ha? I'm not saying you buy right now, right? This is not a recommendation. This is just pure speculation, kumbaga. So, based on TA, right now, for me, if I have extra cash, I would buy. Actually, this is the best time to buy. When the market is going down, most people would panic and close it, right? I mean, sell it, right? If I have, extra cash and, a lot of money, I would definitely buy more stock instead. Because that's how you do it, right? That's how long investment kumbaga, di ba? You compound and then average it, right? Because bottom line, if there's no problem with the trade, war trade with China, this, stock, the Amazon stock, should go up, still up, because they were actually maganda naman yung um, earnings nila actually. Although medyo na-miss nila yung estimates, but these are estimates from the analyst, not not negatively saying na they were not performing. They were, right? And they have big projects also. They have this new I'm not sure if it's a promo or if it's a long-term change in their services, but yung Prime overnight shipping nila, right? They're like offering it to, I believe, loyal customers, right? Prime members, basically. That's their membership, right? It's Amazon. So, and it's actually, you know, getting good feedbacks, right? So, like I said, if walang FA, if walang fundamental, news or whatnot, like right now here, you can see an hour ago, there's a Wall Street Journal post about it. Right now, we just received a 9 minutes ago update from Yahoo, today's top series, and Amazon is mentioned there, right? Amazon was actually like on the top runner about there's a deal with the government. I forgot the the technicalities, but they were in the front row of getting the deal, right? And that's also a good news for them. So eh, going back based on the based on the technical analysis, I would say buy, right, and keep it, right, and buy more if it dips, right, because basically it will just recover there. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question, Mark. Yeah, about the no, this is not. This is live global market, my friend. Real life, by the way. You're welcome, Mark. May tanong tayo sa Discord from John Erquiza. Copy trading, kung mag-copy trading, ano po ba ang price na makokopya? Kung yung current market price or yung enterprise mo. Halimbawa, current price is 1292, then ang enterprise mo port is 1.93 or vice versa. All right, that's a very good question, right? So, quick answer to that, ayun, bumaba na naman siya, right? Sarap bumili, oh. But I don't want to touch my available funds. So, going back to John Enrique's question, guys, if you are in Discord, I hope you are. It's about copy trading, right? There's actually the help guides there. I would go to the help guides. Mas better kasi if galing sa source yung answer. Because what I would say is the way I understood it, right? And I'm pretty sure and confident that that's it. But I just like to introduce this to you guys. All right, let's utilize kumbaga yung mga help guides, right? Kasi andito sila for that specific situation, yung mga you know unconfirmed questions. So yeah, help right dito na menu sa webpage mo, and then on the center copy and get copied, right? About copy trading, that should open a new tab, and then on the right side, so how it works, click learn more, right? That should redirect you to the page where it will discuss it in detail, right? So here dito, ito yung explanation basically, right? So yung question is, will it copy the actual current price? Answer to that is no. I mean, yes, it will copy the current price of um, the stock or the pair. For example, if you copy me now, right, let me go to my profile. If you copy to me now, right, you will copy basically my executions, my positions, right, and my percentage used based on my portfolio, right? Proportion kasi yan, di ba? He will copy it as much as possible depending on your budget also, right? So that's why the higher the amount that you use to copy a profile or a trader, the better the revenues, because proportion yun sa executed percentage of the portfolio of the copy trader, right? So if right now if you copy all my existing trades, it will execute all of them, right? However, using the current price. And if you copy me now, actually it's a good time to copy me now, based on at least on these pairs, right? Because it's right now below my open time. I mean my open amount, right? So it's a good time to copy. However, if the situation is different, mataas na yung current, and then my open, like here for example, I open at 129.54, and now when you're about to copy me, yung current na nasa mga 130 na siya, then obviously it's not a good time to include the open trades, right? You could actually just copy me or copy someone without copying the open trades, and I would actually recommend that instead, to be safe, right? If you're not, if you're unsure. But yeah, that's how it works basically. Yeah, ginagamit yung current price. Kaya on my profile, I mentioned there is when you copy me, make sure to check the prices of my positions first, right? If it's too high, meaning to say medyo malayo na yung spread, right? Like kanina yung example, from where I opened the position, do not copy open trades, right? There should be an option, right? Let's, for example, I'm gonna copy someone, right? Let me see, dito si Avi Stock, right? I'm gonna copy him. When I copy, right, it will give me the option, di ba? Ayan, saan na yung option? Ayan, confirm. Ayan, see? May option dito na if I want to copy open trades, and then right, just untick that. Make sure to untick that. Right? All right, you're welcome, John. Let me go back to mine. And yeah, meron pang maraming you know, mga sagot, some common questions dito sa help. Especially like, how much are the fees? Like, anong oras open yung market? Andito sila lahat dito. Market hours. And then, yung economic calendars, andito din siya. Right? Um, Questions about how stats are calculated, nandito din, which I like it so much. Yung mga basic question also, like, how to deposit, can I use PayPal, can I use a debit card, can I use a credit card, andito po yun lahat sa account section sa help guides. And basically, so if you can't find it here, try to search it here, or you could even Google it, right? Because it works better with the Google thing. Ayun. So, yeah, so right now, all I'm just waiting is basically, kanina, I have the option actually to, ang tawag ito, manually close it, right? But if you have been following my trades and been with us, with the group for the past, I don't know, 3 4 weeks at least, you would, you know that I prefer to close my trades at take profit triggers, right? To trigger yung TP. The reason why is because what I know and I noticed na mas mabilis yung execution niya if it's the system that's doing it. What do I mean by that? For example, right? Um, For example, let me just make sure. No lang. Ayan. For example, if I close some like a position here, right? So if I manually close it here and then close the trade, while of course it's a live market, right? So you know the while I'm planning to close it, when I'm looking at the price and like, okay, I'll just close it, right? I'll wait for I'll get like, I don't know, 2% or 5%, right? I close it right away. If ganun yung gagawin nyo, there's a big chance na the moment you click it, and considering our internet connection, right, speed and upload speed, there's like a few seconds delay, right, or milliseconds, I guess. Yeah. And most of the time, nahuhuli siya. Kaya sometimes when I share my, trade history, merong mga zero, na-notice nyo, like yung mga zero na gains, yun yung nagta-timing lang ng yung nagbago yung price, right, your current price. Yun, right? That's why I prefer na yung system nagdi-trigger. So that means the TP, right? Ito. And it will show you the green TP, right? Because that means it was the system who triggered it automatically. So what I would normally just do instead, right? If I, let's say right now, hindi ko na kaya hintayin, right? Gusto ko matulog. And I go back to my TA and I'll check again the trend here. Let's see. Saan papunta? Ayan, see, on the 15-minute trend, it's still going down. On the 5-minute trend, it's going down now. But it should recover in the next 5 minutes also, right? So there's a big chance in the next 5 minutes, tataas siya ulit, right? Into 129.2 or I hope 0.3, right? So we go back. And instead of manually closing it and waiting for it, like, looking at the monitor constantly, right? What I would do, or actually what I really do, is that I just update my TP. I have a sheet and an Excel sheet that I like use to just type in my open trade and it auto calculate the spreads that I want within the 1 to 5 minutes. And you should build one also if you want to be faster, right? And this is also why I recommend using a computer in trading, because you could simply copy paste and type the amount. So again, going back, if I want to close instead on 129.2, then I'll just do that, right? I'll just change it and let the system trigger it. And I'm almost positive that it will go back to this point and it will just auto close, right? And I'm that confident with my TA. So, and then the system will triggers it, boom, automatic, andun na siya. I won't worry about manually closing it, right? Dito na sila lahat. Auto trigger, right? TP, TP, TP. Does it make sense, guys? Right? Because if you manually close it, especially closing trades on your phone, ah man, it's very risky, especially on positions with leverages. Ah, ilang beses na ako kami na susunog dyan. Especially when you're trading and you're on mobile connection, not your Wi-Fi connection at home. Ayun, daming nasusunog dun. You don't want to be doing that. Especially if you're day trading, man. Unless you're, on long term or your position and then you're confident with your entry and exit, then by all means, yes. um, do that. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it as your classmate and friend. All right. So right now, what I'm just gonna do is I still have time, so I believe it will. I think and I believe it will hit back 129.4 at least later, right? The good thing about trading in forex, right, or foreign exchange or pairs or currency pairs, is that they don't close on weekends. I mean on weekdays, right? So we go back. Let's verify because I don't memorize every time um, that they open and out. All right. So I open help, right? Yung kanina, guys, di ba? Market hours. I go there, and I go to currencies, right? If I scroll down a bit, wait, ito type natin. GPB. Yun. See, yung pound Japanese yen is opened until Friday, 10:23. By the way, if you're logged in, this will automatically update, adjust based on your time zone. So that means this is my time or our time in the Philippines. So that's wait 22 8 yeah 8:30. So 8:30 by Friday it closes, right, and then it opens again back in 9:05 Sunday my time. And you could also see the spreads here, right? That's 6, and for me that's just like a sweet spot, yeah, on all those GBP pairs, right, or pound pairs. Alrighty, so yeah, um, that's why I like trading futures like commodities, gold and oil, and also pairs in forex because they're all always open on usually on weekdays. So yeah, I'll just wait it out. If I see something dangerous, I will notify you guys on the day trading channel. I'll share that in advance. But right now, I'll predict it's actually going up there, right? See, it's up and it's also going up there. It's still going down though in the 15 minutes, but I think it will hit back to 1.29.3 here. I'm gonna label that here as buy. Yep, buy, 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 buy. Buy long. Yep. So I bought there, and that it should go up, right? Although I'm not 100% sure. Well, nothing is 100% sure if it's going to hit 129.4, right? But it will definitely go green here. If I change my mind, I just change it to 3. I could easily just do that, update everything, right? What I would usually do is that I change that, and if the price the entry price there are almost the same, I just copy paste, update, right, and then update. That's why we have like a joke or inside joke in the team, El Rapido, right? Because we update very fast, and you can't do this on your phone this fast, right? So I'll just put that back to 140 because I want to reach 140. Alrighty. So you and guys, questions. Because I think, yeah, we're almost near the time. So, what are your questions? Are if you don't have questions right now, and you had questions later, please send it in Discord instead of in Facebook group page because ang hirap hanapin ng mga questions sa group page. There's a big chance na may miss namin. So instead, post it on the right channel in Discord. So because we usually the admin teams and the veteran traders who helps us moderate the channels also would usually read back reads right and answer you when they have time. Same goes for us. Yeah, if it's not for the public eyes, you could PM one of the admins too. Great. Okay. Thank you, Ang Meki. You're welcome, Beatrix. So yeah. Let's see. So last thing. Let's see. Lahat na ba yung nandito is meron na bang account sa eToro? If you, by the way, don't have an account yet, you could use my affiliate link, right? Your invite link down below the stream, my eToro na logo. You could click that and create an account. It's free, by the way, and you don't have to like fund it right away. And you could start practicing and trading in the virtual or commonly called as paper trading, right? That's actually what I did way back 2017 when I first started created or first started with eToro. I created an account purely of curiosity kasi yun yung time na biglang lumakas yung BTC, right? Yung Bitcoin. If others could remember, that was the time na biglang bumulusok yung Bitcoin. 2017, yeah. See? Boom. Right? It went from like 3 digits and like in a few months, 2017, first quarter or second quarter actually, it went to like 1,000, bam, 3,000, and bam, 20,000, right? That was the peak. Yeah. And now if you look at it, it's just what was just happening actually was just like a resistance, right? Resistance baby lang siya, right? And obviously it's an uptrend now. Yeah. There's another resistance here. And it's still going to be an uptrend. At least based on purely on technical analysis, diba? And like I said earlier, there's a lot of factors, right? And one big factor is the fundamental analysis. Kaya we always want to remind everybody, especially the newbies, na always please exercise due diligence, right? That means check FA, check the news, watch the news, right? Read the news. Yeah, stop reading Facebook feeds and instead focus your attention on, if you're really serious though, if you're serious on day trading or trading in global market, may it be position, long term or whatnot, then you gotta have to make it a habit. Practice every day para maging routine na lang siya. Humans are, we are mammals or animals that are highly dependent with routines, kumbaga. And it makes it easier for us to do every day when it becomes a routine. That's the key thing. It may be hard at first, and everybody wants to be rich overnight. Get those gains right away on the same day, on that week. No, you might get lucky. If you win at some and you're just totally new to this, and then bigla kayong nag-trade and then or nag-position manually without copy trading and practicing first or studying, then congratulations, you got lucky. But there's a big chance in the next few trades, and if you trade on your own, there's a big chance you will definitely fail. Maraming tao na dito sa group namin before, like a month ago. Nasunog ang buong portfolio, right? Kasi na-FOMO sila. So, and that's not good. Yeah, we don't want that to happen to the others. All right. Sir, paano ka nag-start mag-trade if you don't mind? Oh yeah. Well, it's a long story. Long story short is I used to work at one of the BPOs locally, right? And then I was part of a data um, team or specialized team. And then, one of our team members or a few of our team members were into PSE, right? And then that's where I first met Banksky and the others, So merong like a private group of traders and power traders dito sa Cebu that time. So I got invited. I never met them personally, but we've been like chatting there. If I can remember correctly, way back 2000, I think 2014, 15, 16, something like that. And yeah, I've been studying ever since, nonstop, right? Because um, as technology evolves, right, and then new tricks and and technical analysis arises, right? So you know, and as you study more, also slowly, clearly becomes more easier for you to read the graphs and the charts and the trends and understand news, right, or fundamental um, breaking news, mga ganon. It's going to be easier for you to correlate it with your technical analysis, right, or your graphs, right, and then apply it to your strategy and then your exit and entry point mo. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Mark. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys learned something from this stream. I'm sorry, hindi ako napag, I mean, I didn't really exactly like executed an actual trade today on live stream, but I explained to you my position here. I'll try my best tomorrow or the next day um, to prepare a few funds to execute right safely while we're live, right? So you could see uh, and feel the rush, right? Kasi yun yung feeling eh. Kasi the like I said earlier, our number one enemy would be our emotions, right? Ourselves, right? Yung emotions. Especially when you see a trend and then you're unsure, right? If what's your entry and what's your exit, and then you saw someone execute it, and you just follow without thinking, right? So that's a big no-no, diba? So what I would do is actually just prepare for the cash or yung available equity ko tomorrow, and then so when I stream, let's look for that entry point together, and I'll show you guys how I analyze things, and I'll share it with you also. And if you want, you could execute it with me. But of course, don't blame me if it goes against what we're predicting, diba? Because at the end of the day, that's your money. It's your responsibility, right? All I'm doing here is helping you, get there, right? And make it easier. Because when we first started, I did have friends who helped me point me to the right direction, but walang mentor, right? Walang constant na reminder or mga ganon, right? So nasunugan din ako, right? So and that's pretty much normal when you're like blindly going into something, not just global trading, but in any venture that you would go, right? Investments and whatnot, diba? Pag hindi kayo, well prepared, then there's a potential of losing big amounts of money. Alrighty, so well, thank you guys for joining me today, and yeah, I'll be posting this video for replay for anyone who wants to rewatch it, and you can share the video. I'll be posting it in the YouTube, and I'll be posting also the link in our group page and in Discord also. It will be there forever sa Discord under Tips and Tricks channel. I'll be posting that there. Actually, it will automatically post once I post it on YouTube. Alrighty. So thank you guys. You have a great day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.